drama from the point of view of the main protagonist. You never know what's going to come out. Okay. I stepped onto the stage in my middle school, and I looked out at the audience in front of me. And there I saw a room full of people with faces painted white and big teeth with fangs. And their teeth were chomping, chomping, chomping. I turned my back to them. And the black tears I had painted on my face became real. I took my position. My tears started falling, but the music came on and I started dancing. And I heard Barbara singing. And she was singing and she was filling the room with her big nasally voice coming down through the speakers. And the more she sang, the more the audience of vampires chomped their teeth and became more and more angry. And Barbara's voice echoed through the room, and I was still crying, and I noticed that a puddle was forming on the floor quickly. But I kept dancing, and then I was slipping on my tears, and I was slipping on my tears, and the audience stood, and they started moving toward me, and I felt smaller and smaller and smaller, and they were moving toward me, chomping their teeth, and I was dancing, and I couldn't stop dancing because Barbara was singing. And I was dancing, and the floor was wet with my tears, and I was crying, and the water was getting deeper and deeper, and the audience started marching toward me. They were marching toward me, and the walls were closing in, and the walls were closing in, and the ceiling was falling down, and I was slipping and sliding, and I ran off the stage, and I ran to the bathroom. I didn't know where else to go. They were coming after me. I ran to the bathroom, and I walked in, and the ceiling seemed very high all of a sudden, and the metal yellow doors were clanging around me, and I jumped into the stall. And I stood up on the toilet, and my point shoes were slipping and clicking, and I said, shh, be very quiet. But my tears were dripping down. They were still dripping down. I couldn't stop them. And I could hear the faint echo of Barbara over my head. And then these two bully girls with giant hiking boots, they marched into the bathroom. And their marches echoed. And they were speaking in distinctly nasally Barbara Streisand voices. And they were smoking cigarettes, and the room was filling with smoke from above and water from below, and there was nowhere to go. And the door was closed, and I didn't want them to see me or notice me, but then a single drop of tear fell on the ground. And as it went into the puddle below, it made a huge echo, and the girls knew I was in there. And they banged on the door, and they banged on the door, and they banged on the door, and I screamed.